Before I interviewed Dave Helmuth, I went back and read some of the stuff that he had written. He's got a lot of really good stuff to say. And one of the things in one of the articles that I read, he talked about leading from a three-legged stool, which seems a little bit odd until you really understand what he's saying. So I asked Dave about that during the interview. What does that mean? And so listen to what he has to say.
The idea comes from seeing it being just when it's a two-legged stool. So when I'm being led in worship somewhere, I'm like, what isn't working about this moment? And so my thinking is, okay, so there's the three elements. There's music, and that's craft and creativity and beauty and emotion put into the musical piece of that. There's leadership, where you're not just you're a worship leader. And so that means that you are influencing people towards something. And then the third piece is, it's not just music, it's not just influence, but there's this vertical component that you're there for a singular purpose, and that's to worship. So if you have great music and great leadership, but no worship, you're probably at a concert or something like that. If you have music and worship, but no leadership, you're at home, because that's great. You don't have to lead anybody in worship. You can just be there, and it's awesome. But have you ever felt left behind by the worship leader? And that's probably what was going on. You forgot the third leg of the stool and the leadership piece. Or you can have worship and leadership, but the music is just distracting and hard to engage with and hard to follow. And it's I think it's intentionally beautiful that not everybody is affected that way by the goodness or the badness of the music. Because I've been in places where I'm just like, oh, the tempo is terrible, and I look, and that somebody is like, oh, they're like weeping, and I'm a jerk, So, but there is something about having all three of those that makes it really strong when they're all three clicking and engaging and present.
So I want to challenge you to think about those three aspects that Dave laid out there: the music, worship, and leadership. And are those things in balance as you're leading? What you don't want to do is end up on your three-legged stool and one of the legs is shorter than the others, and so you're kind of cockeyed there. So I had never thought about this concept until I read it in something that Dave had written, but he really makes a good point. And so those things need to be in balance if we're really going to effectively lead people in worship. So I want you to consider that. Think about what you do, and is one of those things perhaps needs strengthening, or maybe one or two of them that you need to do something to help bring them up to the level of the others. Whatever it might be, I just want us to take this idea and not just go, that was nice, but actually think it through for your situation and what it should mean for you over the long term in being balanced as an effective worship leader.
Brought to you by myworshipleadingcoach.com.
Helping you to be more fully equipped as a worship leader.